Canada 12 months ago in what is a rematch from last year's gold medal game. 19,600 fired him up, and on the very first shift, Angelo Esposito, fake hit. Chris DiDomenico, he stopped. After the whistle, John Tavares gets clipped in front by Backlund. Canada goes for the man advantage.
Markstrom down. They walked away, and Markstrom still down.
PK Subban scores 38 seconds in. It's the perfect start for Canada. It's 1-0. Later, the Canadians breaking in. Patrice Cormier. It's a Swedish defender in the Jacob Markstrom who does his best flop, a big embellishment by the Swedes. They said he was the best goal turner in the tournament. Not tonight. Later, Canadians with a power play. Watch Tyler Ennis at the side of the net. He was that close to making it 2-0. The Canadians a perfect period. They keep coming. Zach Boychuk, Cody Hodgson. Now the goal light goes on, but the puck didn't go in. Canada relentless. In the first 20 minutes of this hockey game, it was their best period by far. They led the gold medal game 1-0 after one. We go to the second period. They're doing it in front of the leader of the country, Stephen Harper, in front of our brave troops across the seas in Kandahar, and finally in the presence of Dana Tyrell, who couldn't play for Canada because of a knee injury over 3 minutes into the second. Angelo Esposito, what a game, chasing after the puck, collides with Markstrom. Now Victor Hedman goes after Esposito. Markstrom flopping all over the place again. No penalty call.
Throwing punches for the temperature ratchets up a couple more degrees.
It's on now. It's on now, big time.
Yeah, and just a couple of minutes later.
Now Esposito trying to center it. Run by, lost his stick. Esposito scores! Angelo Esposito! Esposito's best game of the tournament taking place tonight because of little plays like this.
Sweet move, sweet goal. The Canadians up in front 2-0. A little later on, Patrice Cormier, the retaliation, he gets called for roughing on the delayed penalty. Markstrom tries leaving the net, and Stefan Del Robert runs him over. The Canadians all over the Swedish netminder, and after the bump, Markstrom goes after Del Robert at center ice. Both players get offsetting minors. Markstrom colliding with every Canadian player in sight. Del Robert not disciplined at all. That could have cost Canada big time. At the other end of the ice, David Rundball cutting in behind the knee. Dustin Tokarski covers up, and judging by his reaction in the pile-up, Thomas Hickey looks to have his finger bitten. No call is made. Very late in the period. Tokarski. He gets snowed, then he gets bumped by David Ahlstrom, but unlike his counterpart, he does not get up and start punching people. Tokarski, who is perfect so far. A few players had some reservations about him after the Russian game. Not tonight. Canada would go on the power play to start the third period with Backlund in the box.
2-0, 19 minutes left. 3-0.
It's the number one power play in the tournament so far. Cody Hodgson rips his fourth. Canadians comfortably in the lead. Later, Oscar Muller breaks in. Tokarski sprawls, just manages to get a glove on it. He would keep it up midway through the frame. Joachim Anderson. He'll beat Tokarski short side. He scores. It goes out Thomas Hickey's stick up and in. Leads cut to 2. The Swedes then pull Markstrom with under 2 minutes to go in the hockey game. Trying to get it close, but the hero from the 70s, Jordan Eberle, that is your dagger. He puts it into the empty net.
4-1. 2 minutes left.
Canada's capital. Now count down to 5. Canada rules in Ottawa. World Junior Champions for a fifth straight year.
What an absolutely incredible ride for these young Canadians. They beat the Swedes in the gold medal match. I don't think you necessarily say that the score flattered Canada because they controlled the game right from the outset. They clearly were the better of the two teams. The Swedes ended up going 0 for 9 on the power play. It was somewhat interesting when you consider some of the antics coming from the Swedish side. The Canadian players, for the most part, did keep their composure. Stefan Delarobert got a little loose at one point in time, but Canada wins again. Cody Hodgson, he led the tournament, scoring with 16 points. He finishes just 2 points shy of Dale McCourt's record of 18 points in a World Junior tournament set in 1977. Canada now 3-0 in the gold medal game against Sweden since 1996. The Canadians set the tone early, as I mentioned. Dustin Tokarski, 39 saves. He was great in this hockey game as well. What a remarkable tournament, and it finishes in a golden way for Canada. With more, let's go to James Dudley, as he is standing by in the nation's capital. James.
All right, thank you very much, Dutch. Inside the Team Canada dressing room as John Tavares enters. You know, that's the Senators dressing room. There is nothing Ottawa Senators in there. It's all covered up. They have a Hockey Canada logo on the floor. Each player has a plaque by his stall that shows every player that's ever worn his number on Team Canada. That's where John Tavares is sitting right there. There's also a banner with every player who's ever won gold for Canada. So the motivation was simple, to get your name on that banner. And those kids do it tonight. 4 of them get it for a second time. Bob McKenzie, Pierre Maguire. Okay, let's talk specifically about this game. And I thought the key point was in the second period when Canada takes a slew of penalties and Sweden do nothing.
I'm sorry, I'm running out of battery power.
4 straight penalties in the second period. Sweden ended up being
This has been a DChez 94 and Hockey Reporter 94 Productions. Please subscribe. Thank you. Devin Chernesky and Percy Clark.